What's up guys? In today's video we're going to continue on our Gatsby tutorials and we're going to start working on or taking a look at some transformer plugins. So let's go ahead and jump on into the video. Alright, so I have the next portion of this tutorial pulled up here and we're going to be looking at these transformer plugins. So last week we went over some source plugins and rendering query data, and today we are going to add some transformer plugins. So if you read here, you'll see about why you might want to use this. So it says often the format of the data you get from source plugins isn't what you want to use to build your website. The file system source plugin lets you query data about files, but if you want to query data inside files, you're basically going to need to use some transformer plugins. So let's go ahead and let's start adding in some transformer plugins. Alright, so the first thing we need to do here is add a Markdown file to our site. And if I just hide this for now, you'll see this was the tutorial from the last video that we were using. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my terminal and cd into that. And then I'm just going to open this up in Atom. Alright, so here we go. We've got the project opened up in Atom here. We'll close out these tabs. And let's see what we need to do. So I'll go back to my Chrome, and let's see, add a Markdown file to your site at source pages sweet pandas eating sweets.md. Okay, so go to Atom, go to pages, and we'll create a page and we'll call it sweet pandas eating sweets.md. And then within there, we are just going to go ahead and enter in all of this information. Let's go ahead and copy all that, paste that, and save it in there. And it says once you save the file, look at my files again in the Markdown file in the table. Okay, so we're going to see the new Markdown file in the table basically. So we need to go ahead and, start this up. So I'll say Gatsby develop. And give this a second. Once this finishes running, it's should be available. Here we go. Localhost port 8000. So let's go ahead. Localhost port 8000. And here we go. Amazing pandas eating sweets. And let's go to / my files. And there is our pages. Sweet pandas eating sweets .md. Great. What's next? So this is a very powerful feature of Gatsby. Like earlier, site metadata. Source plugins can live reload data. So Gatsby source file system is always scanning for new files to be added, and when they are, it reruns your queries. Okay, good to know. So add a transformer plugin that can transform Markdown files. To do this, we need to run npm install --save Gatsby transformer remarks. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and stop this server and paste in this command. And let me just expand this view a little bit here. There we go. And let's go ahead and hit enter to run. Alright, so I'm running into an issue here. Let's go ahead and I'll try and run this as sudo. And let's see if this works. Type in my password. And there we go, no vulnerabilities found. Great. So it says then add it to your Gatsby config .js like normal. So you can see this is the only line that we need to add. Let's go ahead and do that. Gatsby config.js, and it'll go right here before the Gatsby plugin in motion. That's fine. Then we can restart the development server and then refresh or open GraphIQL and look at the autocomplete. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go to the terminal. We'll rerun our Gatsby develop. Alright, so now that that's done, let's go to our localhost port 4000 and go to our GraphIQL. So I'll paste that in here. And let's see, what does it want us to take a look at? We'll go to all site, basically, we'll just use the autocomplete. That's fine. So let's go ahead and I'll delete this for now. And let's see, what was the autocomplete? Control space. There we go, autocomplete. Now let's see if we can find our markdown. So you have markdown remark, markdown remark, and all markdown remark. Those were both added by the plugin. So you got this here, and then all markdown remark right there. All right, let's see what's next. All right, so if you select all markdown remark again and run it as you did for all file, you'll see that the markdown file, you'll see the markdown file that you recently added. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's do all markdown remark and run that, and you'll see a node here. And if we go through and we add some things like edges, let's do that. We already have edges, we have node, we have ID. So within the node, we can do front matter, title, and date. So if I go there, let's go into the node, we'll type in front matter. And then in here, we can do title. And then we can do date. So then let's run that again. And now you'll see the title, Sweet Pandas Eating Sweets, and the date. And then you can also see down here, they've got the excerpt, time to read, and HTML. So let's go ahead and do that in place of ID. We'll do excerpt, time to read, and HTML. And we'll run that. And now you can see the excerpt, time to read is only about 1 minute, and the HTML within there. Great. All right. So let's go ahead and create a list of our site's markdown files in source pages.index. All right. So like with the source pages-myfiles.js page, replace source pages/index with the following to add the GraphQL query and some initial HTML styling. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy all of this. Here's our query. And we'll paste that in. Let's go to index and we'll just clear all that out. Paste that on in. And now our front page should look just like this. Now let's go see if that actually worked. Let's go to localhost ports 8000. And here you can see Amazing Pandas Eating Things, and this is the markdown file that we had added. So Sweet Pandas Eating Sweets, and here's the date as well as the excerpt. All right, what's next? So I agree, it says the blog post looks a little bit lonely, so let's go ahead and add another one. So in source pages, we're going to write pandas and bananas. So we're getting pretty crazy here with pandas and bananas. Let's go ahead and paste that in. And we're going to go ahead and copy this. It's just some front matter here with the date and then some HTML, or markdown I should say. Let's go ahead and paste that in and save it. And then now we should see 2 posts here. So let's go back and you will see 2, pandas and bananas. Alrighty. So it looks great, but the order of the posts is wrong. So it's a pretty easy fix. All we need to do is change, like it says here, when querying a connection for some type, you can pass a variety of arguments to the GraphQL query. You can sort and filter nodes, set how many nodes to skip, and choose the limit of how many nodes to retrieve, which is a powerful set of operators. All right, so in your index pages GraphQL, change all markdown remark to all markdown remark, sort fields, front matter, date, order, descending. Okay. It says, note there are 3 underscores between front matter and date. Save this, and the sort order should be fixed. Let's go back here. Let's go to our index, and you should see all markdown remark, and we'll just add in that argument right there. Save it, come back here, and now you will see these are fixed and reversed. So pandas and bananas, and then sweet pandas eating sweets. Great. So that's really it for this video. I would suggest, going through, creating what we just did, maybe creating an index page like this, but trying to pull other information or add other information to your MD, your markdown here. You can either add it in the body, or it would actually probably be better if you added some front matter here maybe, I don't know, a link to an image or something like that, and then you can try and pull the path to that image. But go ahead and give it a try. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If it helped you, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you like the content that I'm creating on this channel, head on over to my Patreon account at patreon.com/Zachary R. Newton, where you can help support this channel and help me create better videos every week. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.